Welcome back to Sonic Spinball, and now we're in the final level, Showdown. Interesting because in the 8-bit version it's just called Final Showdown, and here it's just Showdown.
So the 8-bit
So
version
you have to
actually
sacrifice a word
expands
to
on
get
stuff.
that last processing.
No,
Oh, yes,
just.
Oh. Word at the name of the level.
That's the
Keep
weird
the
thing,
word,
though.
that's
Shouldn't the
indeed.
console version have more to it? But I guess the handheld version had more to the name.
Yeah, ready to fry.
So yeah, the basic gist of it is, once again, to get emeralds. Okay. In order to get that emerald right there from the beginning, you need to press buttons to destroy all of the various barriers that are protecting the emerald. And after that, once again, you have to throw Sonic up in the center. However, yeah, like since I already dropped here, might as well see if we can. Fuck. There you go.
I don't know about you guys. Wait, can you die in this game?
You can. Well, I should have already died plenty of times, Deji, but I'm using cheats. But well, Deji is the thing. If you couldn't die, I mean, how would you even lose at the game? I mean, you need.
I mean, it's just a matter of patience at that point.
Well, no, this game is a test of patience. I will give you that. Yes.
Speaking of Sonic, today I rewatched that Sonic X episode where Eggman is close to becoming the president.
Oh yeah.
The one where he puts up all those those towers and has his egg moon block the sun
I'm
because
trying
he
so hard
apparently
not to make it real
because he-
right now.
because he just knew that every single person on the planet Earth would be so stupid as to not figure out that the sun moves along with the Earth.
I'm still waiting for the resolving of the cliffhanger of Sonic the Animation, personally.
Eh.
Oh, you mean Man of the Year?
The Man of the Year short.
That's never gonna happen.
I know, but I still want to know what happens after that. Then
Who cares?
I have not seen this one.
Pedro cares.
It's the one in Sonic Jam Jova where Eggman disguises himself as Sonic and starts doing various pranks to everybody in the city, and then Sonic becomes reviled because they think Sonic has turned evil, and then
Yeah, because Sonic suddenly put on like 800 pounds.
Well,
yeah, but
Well, they thought Shadow was Sonic, and you know.
Well, I mean,
to be-
okay. To be fair,
there's a good explanation for that.
yeah. To be fair, all that stuff was happening at night. And
Now
he was
it's
going
going
very
that's
fast.
not the explanation. It
What
was
is the
government
explanation?
literally trying to hide their tracks.
So yeah, basically, Pro Jared was talking bullshit.
now explain why people thought that Silver was Sonic.
No, no
guys
one
will-
thought Silver was Sonic.
At least,
No one-
ma-
Amy
It-
did.
Wait. Oh, yeah, but Elisa's an idiot.
at
And
least
Amy's an
well,
idiot.
at least he's an idiot. Yeah, true. That is
But-
true.
What Amy,
So that's
what Amy
like,
thought. What Amy thought Silver was Sonic as well for some reason.
Again, she's an idiot.
well, I wouldn't say Amy's so much an idiot, so much as she is a love.
Blinded by love.
and-
Basically, yeah.
She's an idiot.
Same girl. She did it with Shadow. She did it with Silver. She did it with the Werehog. Ironically, the one time she was right. Yeah, she's dumb.
Well, that's the thing. I actually did like how that was kind of a subversion of the joke, personally, in Unleashed.
Yeah.
I know.
I like that Sonic was actually slightly disappointed.
Well, remember,
Well, considering his whole angsting with his werewolf side, that was kind of the point.
not just that, Shira, but remember, back when Maekawa was writing the games, and if you check the Sonic Heroes manual and check the character section, it says right there, and I quote, like, sorry, in the Amy section, it says like, oh, Sonic always runs away from Amy because he doesn't really want to be tied on and stuff. But then it says also on the manual, but deep down, he doesn't really dislike her that much. So they were implying that he still kind of has a certain fondness for Amy to an extent.
Marriage? No way.
That's-
Yeah.
But yeah, but the whole like SA2 thing. Remember, the government was doing everything they can to make sure that our bioweapon that was sealed for 50 years due to a invasion that they orchestrated, which resulted in the death of a bunch of scientists and a deathly ill 8-year-old girl.
That's why I have a problem with the opening cutscene in Sonic Generations. where Sonic is literally shoving his hand on Amy's face. With, I mean, don't get me. Whereas in previous games, whenever Amy was trying to do something with him, he would just run away, or just distract her from something or anything like that. But in Generations, he literally he doesn't even bother acknowledging her, which is something that Maekawa would never do. It's those little mishaps and again it's that. Well, that's just usual thing for her.
If someone was trying to kiss you like that, I'm sure you would just shove your.
Well, I get that, Deji, but you have to understand that that when Maekawa and the other writers wrote this before Pontiac and Graf took over, it was meant as just a harmless, innocent little joke. Like it wasn't meant to be taken
Pontiac and
that
Graf, that's
seriously.
even the right generation story. Let's get something clarified.
Well, they're credited as such, though.
No, the only story that they have written on their own was Lost World. Everything else was them doing localization dialogue.
Pretty much. That is a common misconception with Pontiac and Graf. Like, well, people assume that, they're the reason for the more lighthearted element, but no, the Japanese writing staff never really changed hands. It was more so them localizing stuff.
I will agree that they did overdo it with their jokes, because you know how some localizations can be for kids level of okay, that's a bit too much.
I mean, it works in some franchises. I like it actually kind of works for Sonic.
I feel okay.
Honestly, I feel like Sonic's a series where it's better playing straight, but where jokes can happen, but not the main driving force, because it's not.
I will say this: my ideal Sonic would be a mixture of Sonic Colors and Sonic and the Black Knight's writing style. Some of the more serious moments, but you also have some of the.
I love Black
jokes.
Knight's story.
Oh, Deji, finally, you and I have an opinion on Sonic we can agree on.
I personally just miss when Sonic was more like a shonen anime, rather, because I'm kind of tired of the.
I prefer Sonic as more a Saturday morning card.
I will just say this: I feel like Sonic Adventure had something good going for it.
My point on that Webs is that in that case he's not really being the anti-Mario like he's supposed to, because that's what Mario is. But like, shouldn't
there's
he be the
different kinds of. Well, Pedro, there's different kinds of Saturday morning cartoons. There are more comedic ones. There are also more actiony ones that have comedy in them.
True.
Yeah, SAT-AM is something that's pretty different from any of the Mario shows.
Yeah, and that's a sad
It was
half.
It was at least half
Super
decent.
Show
for a
was
start.
just like SAT-AM. Could
my
you
God.
imagine?
Anyway, no.
Yeah,
was
Sonic in live
hilarious.
action while talking
Not with
about
that rap
the
at the
others.
beginning.
Webs, shonen anime has plenty of comedy. I'm not saying I don't want comedy. I'm just saying, like, if we're just gonna make a Super Mario Bros. Super Show cartoon, then where's the anti-Mario aspect then?
Well,
Okay,
Good's
the
point
whole
was like, well,
anti-Mario
just
that
because.
is-
pretty much died a long time ago, ever since.
Well,
they
but
Besides Pedro, I know of a way to make it different from the Mario cartoons.
make it good.
Yeah, it'd be good, exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Again, the case in point.
I have a soft spot for the Mario cartoon.
The ground
Oh,
physics
sure.
in some
Sure. I have a soft spot for it as well. That said, I wouldn't call it necessarily good. Like, okay, something good
Yeah, I
is like,
guess.
say, Sonic SAT-AM, which had good plot structure and lore to it. The Super Mario
only
Brothers
thing I
Super Show
really-
literally just throws in elements and sometimes throws them away just as candidly.
The only thing I somewhat enjoy from the Super Mario Bros. Super Show is are the actors playing Mario and Luigi.
Well, they are awesome.
To answer your
one of them's
question,
freaking Captain Lou Albano.
to answer you, Deji, well, here's the thing, Deji. If we're just gonna drop that, then Sonic is no longer Sonic then. At least to me,
Debatable.
because that's how it was advertised to me when I was a kid. You know.
Yeah,
if-
but that was
Yeah, but
a long
you're
time
also
ago.
being a pawn of corporation
Okay,
capitalistic
yeah, but-
manipulation.
Oh, yeah, but here's the thing: if you're just gonna remove that aspect, then I mean, what's left that separates him from other
Speed.
cartoon platformers?
Speed,
no.
platforming.
Attitude.
terms of tone, though. But it's a thing,
You could look. Sonic tone isn't really that drastic as most people make it out to be. Like, besides like when it got to something like SA2, for the most part, it was pretty much played straight.
Well,
Never.
sure, I get.
It definitely had serious moments to it, but it wasn't like, you know, as serious as some people make it out to be. Like, come
I
on.
never said that, though.
Oh, in terms of psychology.
Something like Sonic Sat AM definitely still does let Sonic be Sonic despite being a Saturday morning cartoon. Like, honestly, Sonic is that kind of franchise where it can be fluid enough so long as it maintains the stuff here and there, you know? Kind of like with, say, this is that. Hell, even Sonic X got things right there.
Speaking of SA2, actually, in terms of plot, I actually prefer the convoluted plot that happened when Johnny was playing the SA2 randomizer on his streams.
Oh god.
Than the plot of the actual SA2. Basically, the SA2 randomizer's plot for Johnny's stream was basically Shadow and Knuckles enter the race to become president. But to become president, you have to get the 7 Chaos Emeralds, and a whole bunch of weird shit happens. Like Shadow apparently Space Colony Ark can somehow hold a whole forest, a desert, a city, the ocean.
Alright, the final boss of Sonic Spinball is an incredible exercise in frustration, which is appropriate considering the game we're playing, but yeah. You have to, of course, hit Eggman. The first thing you need to do is you have to make sure that you eliminate 2 things. One, there's those, and by the way, those are Eggman socks. The little thing with the text at the beginning will even tell you that when you get onto them. Apparently he has his socks protecting him. But don't ask. The basic point is you have to get up there. Wait, there you go. See, problem is no here. See, I wasn't able to get to Eggman because of the socks. So
is he in his pajamas?
Well, we know he has pajamas in the Man of the Year short, so I'm assuming so. He also has a bed in Sonic Adventure 1, so I'm assuming he does that. Yeah, there you go. See, if you hit those, it even says strike 2 there. See, if you hit those windows of glass, you throw out. Strike 3, you're out.
You're out.
So basically, not only do you have to get rid of the obstacles, don't even bother touching the obstacles, because if you touch the obstacles, you'll be. There you go. See, you have to get rid of claws that will bring you here, and you have to get rid of those socks that protect Eggman. So how do you get rid of those things? Simple. You have to hit various times that button that's right there at the bottom, you know, the one in the center right there. How many times? I have never really quite figured it out all the way. At first it seemed like I just had to press it twice, but then that only got rid of the claws, it didn't get rid of the socks. So apparently I have to press it either 3 times or 4 times. I couldn't. There you go. Sometimes it just goes click. Other times it just shows Eggman's face. See, I don't even understand. I mean, I don't even understand. It showed Eggman's face earlier.
9 more.
I don't understand. Yeah, that's another thing. This boss takes a lot of hits.
I get it's the final boss, but still.
But anyway.
No, this is the one level I really disliked.
And it's the final one.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't understand. Like earlier when I pressed the button, it showed me the Eggman face. It still didn't get rid of the socks, but now all of a sudden it did. There you go. See, smell my socks. See. I don't understand. How the hell does the boss work exactly? How many times do I have to press the button to get rid of all of the stuff before I can hit him? I don't know. I never really understood how exactly how the boss works specifically. How many times do I have to press the button exactly? I mean, Jova, do you know?
I feel like it's 3 times each.
Wait, how many you guys have beaten?
So a total of 6 times. I'm sorry, Dad, could you repeat?
How many times have you guys beaten this game?
Once.
I beat it once, eventually, when I was a teenager, and I got myself some emulators with cheats, yes.
I beat it a few
I can
times.
never get this far.
Sorry, go ahead, Jova.
I've beaten it once, twice, or thrice as a kid.
I never actually owned this game. It's an interesting thing about Sonic Spinball is that I owned all the original Mega Drive cards as a kid, but never this one. And this was the game that I actually remember seeing various times in stores, but I never got around to getting it. So throughout my childhood, it was kind of that one Mega Drive Sonic game that I never played. And then later, when I did play it in an emulator, I was kind of happy that I never wasted money on this game because I don't like this game at all. So I guess it ended up working well. Okay, so does that work? Nope. See, it showed Eggman's face, but it also showed Eggman's face earlier, and it was, I don't understand, like, wouldn't it be much easier if the visor at the top told me hit the button X more times or something along those lines, you know, like make things. I mean, the whole point of that visor is to, you know, tell me what's happening and if I'm making good progress, right? So, and it doesn't really. And so those messages that it showed right now, whenever I press the button, don't really help. Click. What does that mean? Does that mean I fucked up? Does that mean apparently I fucked up? I don't understand. Lack of conveyance. I don't understand what's going on. Yes.
Click again. Yeah, I wonder if Eggman made those messages.
Probably.
Well, this is Pinball Fortress, so I'm assuming so.
I never actually paid attention to them.
Eggman's Pinball Fortress of Solitude.
Well, Shira, I'm assuming it would be very hard for you to even see those, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I just didn't bother.
Okay. Well, don't worry. It's not like they don't really help you that much when you read them, so don't worry. You're not really missing much.
The only thing I ever really read were the points at the end.
I just paid attention to how much hits were
More to
left.
go.
And the fact that he says "ouch."
Hooray! Also, Eggman is freaking huge in this game.
Yes, yes he is.
Well, he always is huge.
But look at him compared to how he looks in the main games. Look at that. He's a freaking giant in this game.
Sonic, it's an emergency. What, Tails?
What, Tails? What?
Eggman
no.
just got fatter.
That's not an emergency.
All right. How many more? 2 more to go.
Also, I love how people just burst into Sonic's home on invite.
1 more.
Maybe that's why he doesn't have one a lot of the time, because he's just so sick of that happening.
Total Robotnik bonus added. 1 million.
And he's still smiling-ish, kind of. Nope, not anymore.
Well, actually, it's not
That's
smiling.
Goodbye,
It's more like
Robotnik.
frowning. Also, slow down. It was more like frowning, Shiro. Actually, his mouth was shaped. It was more like a downwards smile, so it's supposed to be frowning, actually. So chimney ramps, whatever. Ball bonus. There we go. That's the total of the score. If you care about that.
33,775.
And that's all right. And then the ending is this.
Bye, Eggman.
And he died.
Yes.
Well, actually, apparently he fell into his own fortress.
Which
Where
is
he-
about to
where
explode.
he died.
So, yeah, where he dies.
Ow! Ow! Great. That's all I need at the end of the game.
There you go. So that was Sonic Spinball.
That-
And
There's your
Oh
reward,
god, they told me
guys.
it's the credits theme as well.
development stuff.
Oh,
Alright,
for
so,
God's sake, I'm muting the video.
no, I don't blame you. I love the soundtrack, but this track can fuck that up itself. I don't blame you. Alright, so that was Sonic Spinball. Deji, what do you think? Okay, Deji's taking a vote of silence. So, Dubs, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get my Deji sock puppet for this one. It doesn't look like the kind of game I'd enjoy, to be honest. All the bouncing around, going all over the place, and
Up, down, and all around.
yeah. And I mean, the music's fine again, except for
The
whatever
track
the
we're
hell
hearing right
that
now.
except for whatever the hell the options and credits theme are. And I mean, graphically, it looks great for for a game on the Mega Drive. But unfortunately, with all the bouncing around and all the look you have to do, I mean, yeah, it's accurate to pinball, which is great. But it can also be not very fun. On the positive side, I'm at least glad I don't have to put in like a pound coin every time I want to play it on a Mega Drive. So there's that. Yeah, that's it. I'm done. It's a video game, and I don't think it's the worst Sonic spin-off or anything, but it's not that great.
Okay, Shiroi.
I still think it's. I mean, it definitely has some issues, but I still think it's fine. I enjoyed playing it, and I revisited it a few times. I still own the collection, and yeah, I still say I enjoy it, but that final stage really is not. It is not good. I guess I just have better luck overall with this game than you.
Question:
Yeah.
what question? When was the last time you played?
Couple of years ago, I think. So recent-ish for a game like this.
Okay then.
Hmm. But yeah, I would say, you know, but Pinball Party is far better. Like
I agree.
Oh
yeah. But so if you want a pinball game, I guess play that. This one is hit and miss, but I'm still fond of it enough. The soundtrack is really good, also, and that's it.
Deji.
From what I've seen, it looks like a game that I'm kind of glad I didn't get the chance to play because wow, it looks incredibly mid. Also, that ending with that scream, what was that?
A very bad sound file.
Apparently,
This
yes.
game is trying to scare kids. Not to the extent of Echo the Dolphin, but
I was about to say they already had Echo for that.
Dun, 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 dun. Go ahead.
Anyway, thank you for having me here. I guess.
That's Deji. Da, 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 da. Go ahead, Jova.
Honestly, I'm still, like Troy, I'm still fond of this game, you know. I've given it a few plays here and there too. I really do like how intuitive it is for a pinball game. I will admit, though, that the execution past the first stage is not the best. Like, how about like this? The best zones are the first and third one in regards to being relatively fair, let's say. Whereas the second and fourth one have some very bad difficulty spikes in regards to stuff here and there. The music is definitely phenomenal, though. Save for that weird sound file that wants to scare children. I have no idea why. But yeah, it's a fine game, honestly. I mean, it's not one of the worst games I've seen ever. It's perfectly playable. That said, I would also recommend Pinball Party over this, since that one is an awesome crossover between Sonic and Knights and Samba de Amigo. And, you know, it gets the pinball stuff down better here and there. That is admittedly an issue here, is like, well, I do feel like a more modern take could probably get this done better. By the time it came out, I can see that they were definitely trying out some weird and wacky stuff, and holy cow, is this game weird and wacky. Again, to the point of scaring children, probably. But it's a fine and fun game here and there. If you're patient enough, give it a look.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
All right. As for me, yeah, I understand the appeal of this game. Trust me, I do. And I love the soundtrack, and I really like the way the game looks. So it's not like I completely dislike the game or anything. It's just that I don't really like traditional pinball design in my console games. I think video game pinball should be handled differently. Like they said, Pinball Party does that exactly, and that's how I feel like they should have gone through with this game. Whereas in here, like it's just there's just so many things, and it's so easy to screw up when you're trying to do a specific sequence that allows you to open the path for the next emerald. It's so easy to screw up. And so I guess it's one of those cases where I guess if you have incredibly quick reflexes, you'll be much better at this. But yeah, I can definitely say that I'm better at Pinball Party. it's one of those cases where I think the game could have been a bit more forgiving, because I still think the difficulty curve is completely nonsensical, because the game literally goes from being relatively tame to fucking obnoxiously hard with the second stage, and it's just it really is one of those things that makes it so easy for you to just rage quit the game, because it's so jarring to go from level 1 to level 2, so freaking jarring, and it can like so it really is one of those cases where like if you're great at pinball, I guess maybe you can probably get a bit more enjoyment out of this. But I still think traditional pinball should be reserved to the tables themselves, not so much video games. I think when you're making pinball video games, it should be something like the Pokemon Pinball game on the Game Boy Advance, or something like Pinball Party, where it's purposely designed more with a mind of trying to get more points and be a bit more, rather than have that arcade mentality of sucking up your quarters, you know. So whatever. But yeah, so Sonic Spinball, but that's not over yet, everybody, because we still have an 8-bit version to cover. Yes, they also made a version that was released for the Master System that was later ported to the Game Gear.
Nice.
So tune in for that.
Yep.
See it.
See ya.